Welcome, everybody, to Echo Park Stadium as Chaparral takes on #1 Pomona here at. It's been an exciting first quarter, 14-7. Pomona leads with 9:10 left to go in the second quarter. It opened up with the Tatum Blaze interception, followed by a Blaze response, a 6-yard touchdown pass to Peyton Ross, and Pomona punched it in with another running touchdown. So here we are in the second quarter. Alongside me is Josh Guy. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm doing great. How are you, Grayson?
I've been better, but you know it's been a stressful day, but we're here. We're finally broadcasting.
I'm excited. This game's been exciting. That last play. We could have had him in the back. They could have had him in the backfield, but he bounced out and got a good, looks like 5-yard gain.
Definitely. So Ryan Marquez in the shotgun throws a quick slant route, incomplete. That one is guarded right there by Samaj Stewart.
Samaj just got that good push off the line and just kept with him that entire route and got his hand on the ball.
That's what you want to see if you're the defensive coordinator. And Pomona's going to have to settle for 3 here.
So they're going to settle for 3 here. Their kicker,
Tyler Timson.
Attempting what looks like 25-yard field goal.
Kick up, wobbly, but it will go through, and Pomona will take a 10-point lead here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Pomona really drove down the field that entire drive, just looked exceptional running the ball, throwing the ball. I'm sure they're unhappy that they had to settle for 3 right there, but they'll take the 10-point lead with 8 minutes left before half.
Definitely. What I'm looking for here is some spark from the Chaparral special teams because we haven't seen too much this year. I mean, Peyton Ross has had a lot of good 40-yard returns, but we haven't seen him run one back yet this year. So I'd like to see that in a big game like this.
Yeah, both returners are very explosive, very fast. I think Chaparral needs a spark from somewhere, and I know both these guys want to give it to him right here on this kick.
Definitely. So it will be Timson to boot this ball off, setting up on the tee. Wolverines, the clear underdog in this game, still hanging in, though, only down 10, and that's what you like to see, especially after Tatum Blaze throws that pick 6 and he comes back and responds.
Absolutely.
So this will be a squib kick bouncing. Ross is going to get on it, look to return, finds a hole, fighting, and is going to get to about the 28-yard line before being brought down, and the Wolverines will take over.
That isn't bad starting position considering it was a squib kick, and he picked it up on the 10 with the defense right there, found a hole, and just did what he does best, run.
Absolutely, and that's not a terrible position if you're Tatum Blaze, and for this offensive drive, I think the Wolverines should look to that play-action pass that they're known to use so often.
Absolutely. Look for Peyton Ross, man-to-man coverage right here.
Definitely. Blaze will line up in the shotgun. Phillips to his right. Pitch outside. Phillips will corral it, fighting for every yard, and he will pick up about 5 there, and it will be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, he almost fumbled that snap in the backfield, but he got it and picked up a nice gain, finding the hole right there, getting 7 yards, 6-7 yards.
I'm surprised Chaparral keeps going to this pitch play because last week they fumbled on it, and they have trouble corralling that, so it's kind of a dangerous play for them. I'm not sure if that's what they should go to.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that type of pitch play. If you're going to run a pitch, run it out of the ISO.
Absolutely. Phillips again will fight for every yard, tripped up, and he will be close to the first down. We'll see where they spot it.
It looks like they're going to spot it just inches behind. Nope, they gave him the first down. Pretty good run picking up that first. Chaparral has been running the ball a lot lately. Haven't seen that many passes, but they did score on the Peyton Ross long TD where Tayden threw that beautiful back shoulder pass, and Peyton made an unbelievable catch on the sideline and got home.
And it's really odd to see because this Wolverine team all of this year has been such a pass-heavy offense, and these last 3 games, they've just been running the ball like crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in their game plan that they didn't.
Blaze is going to fight for every yard, almost brought down, spins out of a tackle, and he's going to get up for about 4. Turns nothing into something there, and that's a good pickup.
Yeah, Tayden Blaze really keeping his feet, fighting for every yard right there. I liked what I saw. With 6:55 left in the half, the Chaparral Wolverines are on the 41, 42-yard line, trying to mark.
Pitch again. Run up the middle is going to be good for about 4 there.
Carnell Lewis, he's just such a fast, shifty little back. He's not very tall. He only stands probably 5'8"-ish.
Yeah, I agree with that. But, very explosive. He can get you those outside runs. So, good for the Wolverines to have him on the roster.
Very explosive back. Loves to get outside and just break, show the speed and get out.
Blaze gonna hand off again to Lewis. Lewis fighting for every yard. Second effort will get across the marker, and the Wolverines will have a first down.
Broke the tackle in the backfield. Just beautiful piece of running right there to fight for extra yards and get that first down and keep this drive alive.
Definitely. I thought the drive was over at first, and just bounces out and picks up the first down, moves the chains for his team.
Absolutely. What do you think about Pomona's defense on this drive? They've been a little lackluster, giving up a lot of run.
They're very inconsistent because sometimes they're right on the ball carrier and they stop the run immediately, and other times the run is taken right down their throat, so they have to be more consistent. Blaze throws deep, has Peyton Ross, and he just overthrew his man. Ross was open, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
You will see Chaparral go to that pass a lot because Peyton Ross is just such a fast guy that's hard for corners to keep up with him. So they go to that play a lot. He's leading the team in receiving yards and touchdowns, and he's just such an explosive guy to cover for corners.
Definitely. And, you have to give him a shot on that deep ball with him being 6'2"-ish, 6'3" plus, and going to be a lot taller than a lot of cornerbacks in this game, and he's going to bring you down that football the majority of the time.
Absolutely. Tayden Blaze will look his way a number of times tonight.
Blaze. 3-step drop. Trying to elude pressure, and he can't. He's going to be brought down. Tough blow down to the turf, and Chaparral will lose about 9 there. Blaze got thrown down hard.
Yeah, he took a real hit right there. Thrown down to the turf hard. I'm sure that hurt a little bit, but he's gonna tough it out. He's 3rd down here. What do you think they're gonna go to?
I think Chaparral doesn't. They play 3rd downs very safe sometimes, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. I would like to see them throw the deep ball here, but if they're not going to, then I'd like to see a screen pass, something that might move the chains if it's executed well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're going to go to the deep ball here. I do not see Peyton Ross on the field, so I think they're going to play it safe.
Blaze under center. He's just going to hand it off to KJ Phillips, who is going to be going nowhere. Tackled for no gain, and the Wolverines are forced to punt.
Tackled for a 4-yard loss. That play was just blown up at the start by Pomona's great D-line.
Definitely, and that's what we talk about, the inconsistencies, because some plays they're great, and others they give up lots of yards on the run, and they're not a dominant defense, but some plays it's unbelievable how much they whoop the offensive lines, but they just have to find consistency.
Absolutely. They aren't too dominant, but they do manhandle some offensive lines. You know, Chaparral will try to fix that drive on the sideline here. They're talking about it. They're just going to try to fix what's been happening all night.
Ross's boot will go out of bounds. Probably at about the 30-yard line is where they'll spot this one, and Pomona will take over.
With Marquez in the backfield with Layfield, it's just been dominant. They haven't looked a step behind it all tonight.
Definitely, and that's what Chaparral's got to be careful of, because they are in this game, but if they keep punting them the football, the Panthers are going to start to take over in this game, and Chaparral might look over in about the third or fourth quarter and realize that they might have dug a hole too big for them to climb out of.
Excuse me, I said Layfield's the back, but it's actually number 21, Borgie.
And a loose snap, and Marquez is just going to fall on it, and they're going to lose at least 5 yards on that one.
Looks like they're going to lose 8 or 9 right there.
Wow.
Play just was not good from the start. Bad snap, had to fall on that one.
And, that's a smart play on Marquez's part, because, if you try and pick that up and make something happen, you might fumble again, and Chaparral may get the ball inside the 20-yard line, and that's not what you want.
Absolutely not. You don't want to put your defense out there in that situation.
Ryan Marquez is going to sidestep, showing some athleticism, and he's still on his feet, getting to the outside, 40, 45, 50, and he gets out of bounds, and that was a great display of athleticism. A flag is out, a late hit there on Peyton Ross, and everything is going right for the Pomona Panthers.
Wow, what a piece of athleticism from Marquez right there. He just broke a couple tackles, got out to the outside, and just was gone. Looked like he ran out of gas a little bit towards the 40, but he turned that into about a 40-yard gain.
The first tackle he missed, I was like, all right, he might escape. And I thought for sure he was on the ground on that second one, and he just keeps fighting, uses his arm as a third leg, and stays on his feet. And huge gain for Pomona there.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of people, if they're going to be brought down but it's weak, they'll put their arm on the ground to keep their balance so they can get a bigger gain, just like he did right there.
Worked out for him well there, and so Ryan Marquez is going to line up in the shotgun. Going to hand off to his back, who's going to fight and get about 4 yards on that one.
Wasn't the most dominant running play, but if you're getting 4-yard gains running the ball, you're going to be fine all game long. Chaparral's defense really needs to start getting in the backfield and tackling him for no loss or for no gain or a loss.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you can get 4 yards on the first down, then you at least have a good start for moving those chains. Gonzalez in the backfield. Marquez is trying to elude more pressure, and he is not going to get away this time. The Wolverines bring him down.
Marquez in the backfield has been slippery. The Wolverines have just not been able to get him on first touch. He escaped one tackle and got back to where they started this drive right here.
And on the sack there will be number 14, Connor Rovig. Interesting story about Connor Rovig. Started out as a quarterback freshman year and actually moved over to linebacker.
Huh. The more you know.
That's right. And Marquez is going to take the snap, looking to throw that deep ball, escaping more, and the Wolverines are just not going to let him get away this time. Jacob Stanton will push him out of bounds, and they've had enough of his scrambling.
Yeah, he really moved up in the pocket. Nice right there. And then tried to scramble for the first down, but Jacob Stanton saw it coming the entire way and just read it really well and forced him to either make a play to the sideline and beat him or to get back to the middle of the field. Really good play right there by Jacob.
Definitely. And Pomona is going to attempt a 45-yard field goal here, if my math is correct. And it will be Timpson.
That was an interesting play right there.
For sure. Timpson's boot is up, and it looks and appears to be good. That will wobble in. Just barely got across the crossbar, but it will work, and Pomona will tack on another 3.
Yeah, Pomona up 20-7 with 45 seconds left in this half. What do you think Chaparral is going to go into the locker room and say?
I think there's 2 ways that they can look at it. They can look at it as a better team is beating them by they're beating them by 13 at half, or they can look at it from a different perspective and say, hey, we're hanging in there, and if we can just play a really good second half, we might have a chance for this. And, it's just a difference in mindset because, yes, Pomona is a better team, but if Chaparral can stay in this and find a spark, they can still win this game.
They do need a spark going into half. They need a big play, something to energize that whole bench.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see if maybe they can get it on special teams. And Tyler Timpson, again, who just made a 45-yard field goal, very impressive for high school, is ready to kick this one away. And this ball is booted deep. Nobody's going to get to that. Touchback. Blaze will get the ball at the 25-yard line.
I would like to see Chaparral's offense go out here and throw one deep. Throw it up to Peyton Ross because you need a spark. You need something to energize your offense, your defense, and your special teams going into half. And there's no better way to do it than throw a deep ball and try to get some yards or a touchdown out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what Chaparral really doesn't want to do here is be conservative. I mean, if you go down 13 into the half while taking shots downfield, that's one thing. It's another thing to go down 13 and a half and just be running the football and being forced to punt. So, I mean, they need to play aggressive here.
Absolutely. Let's see what they do.
Blaze going to step back, throw a deep ball. He has Ronnie DeGray, and a flag is thrown. Not sure if that was a catchable ball, but either way, it looks like the Wolverines will get 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, I definitely think that was some pass interference right there. The DB really didn't let Ronnie DeGray come back to the ball at all. Just started pushing him in the chest.
Definitely, and if you're Blaze, that ball's got to be thrown a little deeper, but it's going to work out for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it'll work out fine for him. I like what they did, taking shots down the field. I think that Blaze needs to throw that a little bit deeper and to somewhere where it's a realistic matchup. A tight end on a DB you aren't going to see the tight end win very often.
Right. And so the Wolverines will get the pass interference call. It will be moved up to the 35-yard line. KJ Phillips, the Blaze's right, or excuse me, his left, and Lewis to his right. Blaze looking to throw. He's going to try and use his feet, throws it away, and smart play there. No errors made, and it will be second down.
Yeah, smart play right there. He didn't have anything, didn't want to force it, go into the half with another turnover. Just get rid of the football right there.
Yeah, definitely. That's a smart play to make for sure. And as quarterback coaches always say, it's us or nobody. You got to throw that football to your guy, or if he doesn't get there, then nobody gets there.
Exactly. I think Chaparral should go deep to Peyton Ross here. It looks like he's in one-on-one coverage, and he's going to win that matchup most of the time.
Definitely. So if Blaze can get good blocking, he'll look there. And he is going to throw to Peyton Ross short, and he's going to pick up 8 yards there. Just a quick curl route, and that worked well for the Wolverines.
Peyton Ross with that quick curl, and way to get out of bounds right there. Stop the clock without having to use a timeout.
So again, 29 seconds left in this half. The Wolverines trailing by 13, and maybe they're going to try and give their kicker, Ben Kearney, a chance to make this a 10-point game. Blaze escaping pressure, and he's just going to throw it away again. And both quarterbacks have looked to throw the ball downfield, but they haven't had good enough protection on either side. I mean, Pomona, Marquez has had to escape lots of pressure, and we see it here. Blaze is obviously struggling.
Yeah, absolutely. Both offensive lines tonight haven't looked all that great. They let their quarterback get under pressure way too easy. And it looks like the Wolverines are going to punt here. I don't agree with this decision. You got to take a chance here.
And, one thing that we have seen from the Wolverines this year, and not surprising, is a lot of fake plays from the punting unit. I mean, we saw a huge 40-yard run by Peyton Ross about 4 weeks ago, and Ross being such a good athlete, it's a good option, but he's just going to kick this one away. And a good kick here is going to take a negative Chaparral bounce. It's going to be down at the 22-yard line, and the Panthers will retain the ball.
I would have liked to see Chaparral go deep once more or go for it on fourth down. Try to get a spark going into the half. That's what they need. Giving the ball to Pomona is just not an option right now. You're down 13 with 17 seconds left going into the half. You need something.
And I think the way that Chaparral needs to look at this is Pomona is the #1 team in the state. And if you want to beat them, which it's possible, you have to give them your very best game. You have to play the best game you can possibly play in order to beat these Panthers. And so playing conservative is not going to get that done for you.
Yeah, Pomona has looked really good. They lost in the state championship last year to Valor. And they're a really good football team, and Chaparral needs to step it up here. Going into the half, this coach has to get them fired up somehow. Somebody's going to have to go in and just yell at them.
For sure. I think that would be a good approach because not too much energy from this Wolverine sideline.
There was no energy on the field, no energy on the sideline. None. I didn't even see coaches getting, super fired up.
Right. That's definitely, I mean,
Jason Bourne. Maybe I should kick you in the face with my fist.
Do you by any chance know how?
And we're back here. Pomona ready to kick Chaparral the football after returning a punt for a TD. And they will lead the Wolverines 27-7 with 7 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Kick is up, and Peyton Ross is going to let that bounce out of the end zone. Touchback.
Yeah, the offense is going back on the field for Chaparral. I think they're going to have to change their mindset in this game so far. They haven't had anything good going for them. The running game hasn't helped. The pass game has looked like their best option right now. It's their only touchdown in this game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And the Wolverines always run on first down. Every single time they run the football. And, I mean, maybe they should throw this team off by surprising them, throw the ball downfield on first down.
Or even you could run a quick flat out.
Absolutely. Blaze is going to roll the play action, throw deep, and he's got his man Peyton Ross, and that is going to be good for a solid 12 yards there, and that's just what we're talking about.
Yeah, Chaparral looked really good throwing the ball, especially when Peyton Ross is getting open like he usually does right there. And so, like that, it's just a good pass play right there. Catches Pomona off guard. Peyton Ross wide open for the 15-yard gain on first down, moving the chains.
So, Chaparral obviously having success with that throwing game. I don't know why they don't go to it more. Blaze is going to hand off to Phillips, who's just swallowed up. No gain there, maybe even a loss of 1.
Yeah, I think they just are going to have to go to the pass game for this drive. The run game hasn't looked good all night. It hasn't looked like it should. It hasn't looked like it has been. And Pomona's defensive line is just eating it up all night.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that Chaparral knows for sure, something has to change.
Yeah, with 6:50 left in the quarter, down by 20, they're going to have to start taking some shots, try to get back in this game.
Blaze not lining up in shotgun like he's used to. He's going to take the snap. Play action again. He's trying to escape pressure. He's going to throw a high ball. Dangerous pass is going to bounce incomplete. No one there looking for Jacob Hawkins.
Dangerous pass right there. Throw it into the middle of the field where there's no Chaparral Wolverines. That could have been another turnover, which Chaparral would not have liked, but they're lucky to escape with just an incomplete pass with going into third down.
So Blaze trying to find some spark for his offense. You know, we talk about those short to medium passes. That's what worked last time to Peyton Ross. I think that needs to be their approach here as they move forward in this second half. Blaze throws out to KJ Phillips, who's got plenty of spaces. He's going to pick up a first down, fighting and spinning. Still got no yards left to contain, and he will move the chains for the Wolverines at the 48-yard line.
Tayton Blaze with a good reaction right there. Felt the pressure on his back and just got it out to his running back, who KJ Phillips made a great play right there, turning it up and not trying to get out of bounds when he saw those defenders, trying to get up the field and get more yards. That's exactly what this Chaparral team needs.
Definitely, and the Wolverines somewhat panicked there. I mean, the blitz came in hard, but then Blaze just looked out and saw that he had Phillips out in the flat and just dumped it off to him, moved the chains. Good play there for the Wolverines. Blaze hands off to Phillips, who is tripped up, gain of about 2 there.
Yeah, that play isn't exactly how they designed it, but, you know, pick up a 2 is not awful for their first play of this set.
Right. I mean, as long as you don't go backwards on first down, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, you have 2 other downs to be creative with it, so, you know, nothing to be too discouraged about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peyton Ross playing wide out. And KJ Phillips is going to take a run, and he just won't be brought down. Still on his feet in the dog pile. And I believe he will get the first down for the Wolverines.
That was a good piece of running right there. Got up the middle and just went to the first down, had his eyes set on it, and was determined to get it.
Right, kept those legs moving, kept charging, and he is indeed going to move the chains for the Wolverines.
Yes, I think the Wolverines should run a play-action pass right here, throw the defense off a little bit. They've run the ball the last 2-3 plays. I think it'll really catch the Pomona Panthers off guard here.
For sure. Ronnie DeGray playing that wide out, way out on that left side. Peyton Ross in the slot. Blaze hands off to Phillips. Phillips is swallowed up again behind the line. Gain for no gain there. And that's been a sight that we've seen too much from the Wolverine run game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked good at times, but then the Pomona D-line just comes up with a big play after a couple good gains and, really shuts down that running game.
Yeah, for sure. And the Wolverines are going to have to find a way to make that work here. So 2nd and 11. Dougie Wick, the tight end. Blaze back to Phillips. Phillips fighting, and he's going to almost move the chains. Just tripped up there from the back.
Good piece of blocking up front right there. KJ Phillips had a good run, but it was all opened up by the hole that was in front of him. Dougie Wick in that O-line just had a great hole opened up. KJ Phillips exploits it and gets a gain of about 9.
Definitely, and I mean, that's one thing that I feel like isn't appreciated enough in football is the blocking from tight ends. I mean, everybody appreciates tight ends for their catching and work in the red zone, but very good blocking there from Doug Wick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blaze back to Phillips. Phillips is going to be swallowed up short of the first down marker, and now you got to wonder if the Wolverines are going to go.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go for it here. You're on your own 35, It looks like they're gonna, but we'll see if it pays off.
It's a tough one for me because if you don't go here and you give the ball back to that Pomona team, the game might be over. And I think the Wolverines are not ready to give this one up yet. And we're going to take a quick commercial break here. Thanks for watching this presentation of CBN.
What makes Cold Stone?
And we're back here. Chaparral going for it on 4th and short, trying to convert and trying to pry their way back into this football game.
Yeah, interesting play call. They have 2 wide receivers out, and looks like a double tight end formation as well. Just one in the backfield.
And the offensive line moved, and that's going to make it 4th and long. And that is the worst thing you can have when you're trying to convert on a short field position.
Yeah, that's going to force them to punt right there. You can't do much with 4th and
4th and 2, I believe it was.
7.
Now it's 4th and 7, yes.
Yeah, you're almost forced to punt here.
And, that's the most frustrating thing if you're the Wolverines. I mean, you had a chance to at least convert and maybe get 3 on the board, and now you're punting the ball back to this Panther team. You see what happened last time you punted them the football. And not to mention that you're still down by 20 points with a little over 17 minutes left to go in this game. It's panic time for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Coach Dobbs very animated on the sideline. Did not like that false start on his O-line.
Ross gets it away. Good boot, but it's going to bounce into the end zone. Touchback. And not exactly what the Wolverines wanted, but not the end of the world as Pomona takes over. And hopefully this Wolverine defense can step up, because if they don't, this game is going to be over quickly.
Yeah, I think guys on the defensive end like Peyton Ross, Jacob Stanton, and Tristan Dietz are just going to have to, and Samaj, they're just going to have to start taking this game over and start trying to get turnovers and touchdowns, because obviously their offense just isn't functioning like the way it usually does.
Absolutely. And Ryan Marquez will line up in the shotgun. He's going to throw an out route, incomplete there. Try to throw a quick screen there. and just couldn't corral it.
Yeah, interesting play call right there. They've been running the ball very well tonight, but I kind of like this quick screen play, catch the Wolverines off guard and try to get some yards.
And, Pomona is up 20, but I like that they're not playing conservative yet, and that's why the Wolverines need to wake up a little bit. I mean, Pomona is playing this game to win, and the Wolverines are, as cheesy as it sounds, playing not to lose. I mean, they're punting the football and trying to play too conservative here. And swallowed up there. Game for only about 1, and it will be 3rd and long.
Yeah, absolutely. Going back to what you said, Pomona's not going to go away. They're up by 20, but they're not going to settle in and get comfortable with their lead. They're going to try to build their lead up more than 20 points with 2 minutes left. They're going to continue to push.
Absolutely. Some adjustments being made at the line by Marquez. And the snap is taken. Looking, throwing really deep downfield and incomplete. Good defense there from Samaj. And Billy Pospisil wanted a flag, but not going to get the referee's assistance on that one.
Yeah, that was just good coverage by Samaj right there. Not letting his guy get over the top and get that deep ball. He played it not conservative, but not too aggressive to the point where he gets the pass interference call and just gives Pomona another 15. But he played that perfect, and Chaparral's going to get this ball back and try to score right here.
And if you're the Wolverine offense, you have to wake up because your defense has been there for you. They've made stops, and the offense is the one not pulling their weight. So they're definitely going to have to wake up and try and get some points on the board here.
Yeah, it's going to have to come on the shoulders of Peyton Ross and Taden Blaze. They're going to have to take this game over. The running game just isn't working.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you said it yourself. If they want to win this game or they even want to get back in it, they have to throw the football.
Yeah, they're going to have to play this game a little bit more aggressive, start throwing those deep balls to the sideline to try to get Peyton Ross to bring that ball in and maybe make a play.
Definitely. So Blaze is going to line up in the shotgun. Hawkins in the slot along with Dougie Wick. Blaze throws a screen pass to Phillips. Plenty of blocking. He's running, picking up a first down. He's going to try and get to that sideline. Can't quite gain too much more, but they will go on their opponent's side of the field at the 48-yard line.
Good job by KJ Phillips, getting behind his blocking and kind of being patient and getting to the outside and and he's very fast, getting what he likes.
I like the screen pass look from Wolverines. It's not something we see very often, but it works well for him.
Yeah, it was executed almost perfectly right there.
For sure. Good blocking downfield, and KJ Phillips just carried it for this Wolverine team.
Yeah.
Now, Blaze lining up in the shotgun. Let's see if they go back-to-back passes here. DeGray playing that wide-out position on that right side. Blaze is going to fumble the snap. He can't get on it, and he's going to just fall on it for that second effort, and that one hurt the Wolverines. I believe that's a loss of about 14 or 13 yards. That one hurts.
Yeah, that one doesn't help them at all. It could have been worse. They're happy to have the ball still, but not what you wanted to see from your quarterback right there.
Right, and it makes it about 3 times more difficult to pick up a first down and move these chains. And, that's what they need to do right now. They need to move the chains. They need to get points on the board because, like I said, the clock is not their friend right now.
No, 2nd and 24. Not a lot of plays you can do right here.
Definitely. I like that screen pass option, like I said before. Blaze hands off to Lewis. Lewis is swallowed up behind the line. He's going to get about a loss of 1, actually.
This is what we've been seeing all night. Pomona D-line just getting into the backfield.
And we're going to take a quick break here. Thanks for watching this presentation of CBN. And we're back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Tatum Blaze and his offense dealing with a 3rd and 24, just what you like to have on the offensive side of the ball. Blaze escaping pressure, gonna try and work with his feet here. Gonna gain about 8, but not nearly enough, as the Wolverines are forced to punt the football.
Yeah, they just haven't been there offensively. They haven't looked great all game. And again, they're going to have to punt this ball away and give it back to the Pomona Panthers with 11:40 in the fourth quarter, still down by 20.
Yeah, absolutely. The struggles continue for this Wolverine team, and, you know, it's getting close to over. I mean, as that clock ticks and ticks and ticks, this Wolverine coming back is it's getting slimmer and slimmer.
Absolutely.
And a flag down. Peyton Ross going out of bounds about the yard line, and we'll see what this flag is for. Still waiting for the call.
We
and
apologize.
A false start there.
We apologize for the fan if you heard him. He is a little animated over there.
Yeah, parents get a little fired up. I'm not sure if that's a parent or not, but I mean, that's not specifically that, but that's what you love about high school football is the passion in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it will be a false start. Not really a big difference. Just going to give Peyton Ross about 8 more yards, 10 more yards to punt the football, so not the end of the world for the Wolverines.
Absolutely not.
And Ross is going to get a good kick here, but a bad bounce. Goes out at about the 25-yard line, same as a touchback. And hopefully the Chaparral defense can step up one more time. But it's a lot to ask of them. I mean, they barely have time to get drinks on the sideline. The offense is never on the field.
Yeah, the defense has been on the field almost the entire game. It hasn't helped them. They're just getting worn out.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see if they have enough energy to come up with another stop here as Ryan Marquez leads his team out.
Chaparral needs this stop right here.
And Marquez in the shotgun, takes it, throws a screen pass, and a tunnel screen here is going to work for the Panthers. Moves the chains about 14 yards, and that's not something we see often, but it's a good sight to see.
That was a beautifully run play. Good piece of running by that wide receiver. He just followed his blocking, got some extra yards, and, fought for every yard he got.
That's exactly how they drew it up in the playbook, and they are going to move the chains and control the clock, exactly what the Wolverines don't want them to do. Handoff to the outside. Gonzalez is going to make a cut, and he's running, almost breaking out, but a huge play there is going to pick up about 25. Almost was gone.
Yeah, that was just an explosive play by him right there. He got to the outside and just kept on going. No Chaparral defender was going to get him right there.
.35 left to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Chaparral defense just needs to step up a little bit. They've been on the game. Their offense hasn't helped them a lot. They need to get something. They need some pride back.
Absolutely, and Pomona not going conservative here. 5 receivers out, definitely throwing the football. Marquez throws another tunnel screen. That one's not going to work out so well. Tripped up behind the line, lost a 2 there.
Yeah, they tried to go back to the same play that they just ran 2 plays ago, but it does not get the same turnout. Number 9, Pop Silly, just trips in the backfield and loses about 2 yards.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we said a couple plays ago, it's just not a play that works very often. Those tunnel screens are difficult, especially with a wide receiver running at the quarterback and trying to change direction. It's just a tough play to execute. So, and a quarterback keep here is going to be run by Marquez, and he's going to keep it down the sideline, moves the chains inside the 20. Looks to be close to the 13-yard line are the Wolverines.
Yeah, I believe he fumbled that towards the end of the play, but I think the refs called him down by contact.
It would have helped the Wolverines, but now Pomona takes over in the red zone.
Beautifully run read option right there.
Yeah,
Got the
absolutely.
defender to come in and just kept it and was gone.
Athleticism there by Marquez to just beat the linebacker with his speed to that outside edge. It was very impressive. So the Panthers are going to line up, looking to punch in 7. Here's the handoff to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to bounce outside, gain of about 7 there, and that's a good first down blow.
Yeah, he turned that play around a little bit. It looked like he was going to be swallowed up in the backfield, but just made some guys miss and really got some yards. It's 2nd and 3 with the ball on the 5. Very, very manageable for this Pomona Panthers team.
Absolutely, and this is exactly what the Wolverines don't want. They don't want them in the red zone. They don't want first and short situations, and a lot of things haven't went their way tonight, so it seems appropriate. Handoff up the middle, close to that goal line. Gonzalez is going to be a little bit short, I believe. And he'll be down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, it looks like he fumbled, and the Chaparral Wolverines recovered.
Oh, man, I thought it was going to be 3rd and 1 on the goal line, and instead the Wolverines come up with a huge stop. And that's a big play there.
Yeah, that's exactly what this Wolverines team needed. They needed a turnover. They needed some energy, and let's see how this offense comes out getting that turnover. They are on the 1. That's a difficult starting position.
Right, and I mean, we repeat it all the time today, but this defense has been huge for the team, but this Wolverine offense has just really dropped the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Dougie Wick and KJ Phillips are going to be in the backfield with Peyton Ross split out wide.
Blaze under center. And he's going to just QB sneak, trying to get as much breathing space as possible. He might get 2 yards there, and I'm not sure if I agree with that play call. It's not going to get you too many yards, not that much more breathing room, and a loss of down.
Yeah, I think this screen might work well down here with KJ Phillips' speed, and it worked well last time. I know it's kind of a bold call because, well, if you don't get the ball out of your hands and Taten's tackled in the end zone, it's a safety, but it's kind of what the Wolverines need right now.
Yeah, I hear you. So Ronnie DeGray is going to line up wide. See if Blaze looks to throw to Peyton Ross or Ronnie DeGray, one of his wide receivers. Blaze is going to hand off to Phillips. Phillips has got nowhere to go, and he's going to gain about 1, push back into the end zone. And it is going to be 3rd and long.
They're going to have to throw the ball on this play. They're going to have to start trying to get some yards and get into the end zone, at least for pride's sake.
Right. I mean, if you're the Wolverines, to me, you just cannot throw that out route. I mean, Taten Blaze has thrown at least 3 interceptions on it.
Yeah, I think it has to be a quick slant to the middle by Peyton Ross or Cole Williams. Carnell Lewis up the middle right there. Little conservative. Oh, excuse me, that was KJ Phillips. A little conservative. I don't agree with that play call. They're going to have to punt it again.
And now that they're pinned on about the 3-yard line, Peyton Ross is going to have a tough time punting this football.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for punters because you're backed up into the end zone and they have such a short space to get you.
Right.
It would be interesting for them to go for it here. I don't think it's going to happen just because they're so close to their own end zone. But you never know here.
Right. So Ross in the end zone, trying to just come out with his life here. He's going to boot it away, good kick. Excuse me, not as good of a kick as I thought off of first glance. And Pomona is going to take over at about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like it went off the outer side of his foot, Just went out at about the 30, and that's not what the Chaparral Wolverines needed. They needed to get it back on the Pomona side of the field so that they can stall this offense. Now they're almost in the red zone, just 13 yards to go, and they're in scoring position again.
And, I'm going to make a statement that I hate to make, but I think this game's over at this point. Just lack of production from the Wolverine offense, and this Pomona team is too good for them to allow anything absurd to happen right now. So the Wolverines probably not going to come out victorious tonight.
Probably not, but, you never know here. There is still 6 minutes. If they get a couple turnovers here, which I doubt that Pomona will throw the ball.
And Gonzalez up the middle, moving the chains again. Good run there.
Yeah, it's a great run. I think that Pomona's just going to run this game out. They're going to run the ball until the clock hits 0, and they're going to go home.
And, like we said, I think the Wolverine team is better than this tonight. I think that they can beat this Pomona team, but the problem is that they have to be aggressive, and they just have not been aggressive tonight, and they've leaned on their defense for too many stops. And granted, their defense has played well tonight, but it's just too much to ask of them.
Yeah, the defense has played great for what they've been given.
For sure. And Marquez catches the shotgun snap, hands off to Gonzalez, who is swallowed up but still fighting for every yard. He's been very tough to tackle tonight. He'll gain 3.
He just does not want to go down. They're up by 20, and he's just refusing. He's saying, I'm going to get these yards. We're going to go out, score, and we're going to be number 1 in the state after this weekend.
Right, absolutely. And that's how they control the clock, too, with the run game. So when he refuses to go down, he just helps his team more and more.
Absolutely.
So here comes this Pomona Panther team.
Looks like a little bit of confusion right now.
I'm assuming they're going to go to the run here on 2nd and 6, something that's worked so well for them tonight. And a timeout is called. That one is going to be charged to Pomona. And we're going to take a quick break here. Thanks for watching this presentation of CBN. And we're back here in the 4th quarter. Chaparral starting to have this game slip away from them. Pomona very dominant in the run game, and they've just been a very good football team tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. On that last play, there was a lot of confusion forcing Pomona to take a timeout.
So, Marquez is going to pitch to the outside, and there's nowhere to go. These Wolverine defenders are just going to swallow him up, and a flag is thrown on the play.
It was a great play. I wonder what the flag is for.
I'm assuming something on the defense.
Clipping on the offense. That's going to drive them back a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anything at this point will help the Wolverines. So they'll take what they can get, and, good break for them.
Yeah.
And that'll be a 15-yard penalty, and that one really hurts Pomona.
Yeah, that'll hurt Pomona right there. It's just unfortunate for them to get it, giving Chaparral 15 yards on the play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Wolverines have got to be aggressive here on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, obviously don't let anything deep beat you, but throw a blitz in there, see if you can get a fumble and maybe make something happen.
I think Pomona will just play conservative at this point. There's only 4:30 left in the game. I think they're just going to run the clock out.
Yeah, I would agree with that one. So Marquez probably looking to hand off to his back. It's to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to fight for about 8 or 9 there. And, I mean, say what you want, but this Pomona team can run the football.
Absolutely. They've relied a lot on their running backs, and they've come through tonight. Giving them a big gap in rushing yards total, but it's really worn down that D-line of Chaparral.
And we talk about this game being so much shorter than the last game. And, I mean, last week it was probably the longest game I've ever been a part of. But this game has really just been well controlled on the clock, and that's due to Pomona's run game.
Absolutely.
Marquez looking to throw, throws a deep ball, has his man, and it just goes through his hands, incomplete. Good throw there, though.
I like the play call. Chaparral was thinking they were going to run the ball, and he threw it deep to the end zone. His wide receiver just couldn't come up with that, straight through his hands. But interesting, shows that they're not going to stay off the gas pedal for this last 3 minutes of the game.
No joke, they're not going to stay off the gas pedal. They're going to go for it on 4th and 17.
This is an interesting
Yeah,
one.
we'll see. We'll see what they have drawn up here.
It could be a quick punt by the quarterback, but I think they're going to go for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they could. What do they have to lose? I mean, they're up 20 points right now with 3:39 left to go. I mean, even if they just ran it up the middle, it's not going to affect them too much.
Yeah, it's not going to affect them too much.
And he's going to work out a shotgun. He's going to throw a deep ball. Has his man wide open, and it's caught. Touchdown, Pomona. And that is salt in the wound to the Wolverine team.
They just smelled blood in the water tonight and just went for it. Beautiful throw by Marquez right there. Finding his man, Possible. And beautiful throw. Hit him right in the corner of the end zone. Wide receiver got his feet down.
And I can't believe what I just saw. I mean, it's brutal, first of all, to go for it on 4th and 17. But it's another thing to score a touchdown on that 4th and 17.
Yeah, it was a bold call, and it paid off for him.
Well, for Pomona's side of that argument, they are trying to stay number 1 in the state, and they're not trying to get gypped out of any positioning because of scoreboards. So good play call there, and I mean it was beautifully executed.
Beautifully executed.
And we're going to take a quick break here in the 4th quarter. Thanks for watching this presentation of CBN. And we are back again. Pomona putting some salt in the Chaparral wounds, scoring a touchdown on 4th and 17 with 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go as of back then. Now it's 3:33, and the Wolverine, this Wolverine team trails 34-7. Josh, what do you think about that play call on 4th and 17?
It was really bold. It was interesting because I thought they were just gonna quick boot it with their quarterback, but he threw a beautiful ball in the end zone.
And this ball is booted into the end zone, touchback. And the Wolverines are going to take over. Taden Blaze and his offense have been stagnant tonight. and very frustrated.
If I were Coach Dobbs in this offense, I'd go out and just throw one deep to Peyton Ross. What do you have to lose?
Right. I mean, not to point fingers here, but if there's somebody who could have stepped up or done something on this offense for the Wolverines, do you think it's Taden Blaze? Do you think it's his receivers? Do you think it's Coach Dobbs?
I think it's kind of a mixture of all of them because Chaparral ran the ball a lot tonight. They didn't go to the pass a lot, which they usually do.
For sure, and I think one person you can't blame is KJ Phillips. He's played a great game running the football for him, and he's just done the best he can. And there's a timeout real quick here, but we're going to stay on. So what do you want to see, Josh, for this maybe last Wolverine drive?
I just want to see him go 100% for this last drive. Leave nothing on the field. No regrets. You just got to go for it.
Look, this is what I have to say. I mean, the opposing team just went for it on 4th and 17 and scored a touchdown on you. You cannot be okay with that. The energy is not where it needs to be on this Wolverine sideline. Get fired up. These guys just scored on you on 4th and 17, a punting situation. You need to go down the field, you need to score on them, and you need to show some energy, show some emotion, because that is what this Wolverine team has lacked.
Play with some pride.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they should just throw the ball here. KJ Phillips has played a great game, but it's not his time right now. They need to try to get some points for pride's sake.
Blaze is looking to do just that, trying to throw the ball downfield, eludes the pressure, throws it up, and looking for DeGray, and that ball is going to be intercepted, and that's a throw Blaze can't make into double coverage behind his receiver, and Pomona's going to take over, and the Wolverines are just, I don't know, that's all they have for tonight.
Yeah, the Wolverines just haven't looked like their usual selves tonight. Taden Blaze cannot make that throw. He's got to just get that one out of bounds.
Yeah, that one's tough. I mean, it's okay not to make that downfield throw because you can go for it again on 2nd down. I mean, that's why you have 3 downs. I don't know. There's a difference between being aggressive and being clueless with the football. And I think Taden Blaze didn't make a smart decision there.
I think he should have just thrown that away. He had 2 guys on his back. One almost got the football from him anyway.
And if there's one thing that the Wolverines need to take away from tonight is that this Pomona team is very good. And, I mean, they didn't play terrible, but on the offensive side, they have to be more aggressive. And this run up the middle is going for a lot of yards. That is going to be brought down onto their opponent's 38-yard line. That's a gain of about 22.
That running back, Mays just did not want to go down. Tyzel Lewis was just not going to let him get away, though. He was persistent on that tackle.
Absolutely, and I think if you're the Wolverines, like I already said, you can't blame KJ Phillips, and you definitely can't blame this defense. This defense has stepped up tonight, and they've made plays. They've gave their team opportunities, and the offense has just been very stagnant.
Yeah, this defense has played their hearts out.
So here comes Marquez. We'll see if they're going to throw the ball, still staying aggressive in this 4th quarter. He's going to hand off to Gonzalez, who is going to gain about 3 yards there. And there's 2 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, I can just imagine Pomona's going to run this football out. They're just going to – they'll score if they're there, but I think they're just going to take this W, let the clock run.
Absolutely. If you're Chaparral, how do you bounce back from this game?
You got to have a great week in practice next week, and you got to play with some emotion the entire week in practice and not be afraid to go out and just put it all on the field next game.
Definitely. I think that's their biggest issue is just lack of emotion, and they're going to have to find some.
Even lack of emotion on the sideline. When the guys aren't playing, they're talking to their teammates.
And a quarterback keep, he's going to bust out, and he's going to score again on this Wolverine team. The Wildcat runs, a QB keep, and number 10, Colton Muller, is going to score that touchdown. And this is just rough. This is hard to watch from a Wolverine standpoint.
Yeah, 40-7 with 150 left in the game, and their backup quarterback just takes the Wildcat and goes to the house. That is not what they needed right now.
I mean, there's there's a minute and 50 seconds left in this game, and there's not much you can do on the offensive side of the ball. But if I'm Tatum Blaze, my reaction has to be that I'm, A, embarrassed, and B, angry. How can this be happening to you? I mean, you have to come up with a response here. I mean, I would just want to go down the field and score a touchdown because I'm angry.
Yeah. Tatum Blaze cannot feel good about that.
I mean, this Pomona Panther team is making the Wolverines look like this game is a joke.
Yeah, absolutely. They have just come out with more heart and more fire in this game, and it showed tonight.
Definitely. And, I mean, this Pomona team is definitely the better team, but if Chaparral can play their best game and come back later in the year, if they were to hypothetically see them again, they could win.
Yeah, I think it was just an off game for Chaparral. They didn't look like their usual selves on offense. Their defense was outstanding for what they were given and how they responded.
Definitely. And this Pomona team actually just missed their extra point, so that might help the Wolverines' confidence just a little bit.
You never know. I mean, it'll help. I think it'll help their confidence a little bit, but they just look defeated walking out onto the field.
I mean, what do you have to say? This is just a very good team they played tonight. And they didn't play their best football, but that's okay. I mean, on the bright side, they didn't have to play their best football tonight. I mean, playoffs are coming up soon. That's when they're going to have to play their best football. And, I mean, this is not a must-win game for them. The Wolverines are okay. They played a very good team tonight. There's nothing to be too discouraged about.
Yeah, they can't hang their heads on this loss. They didn't win the league, but that's not the biggest deal. They're still looking like they're going to be in the playoffs, but they cannot hang their heads. They got to come out with fire next week in their last regular season game.
And this kick is going to go to the back of the end zone, touchback, and we'll see what this offense has to say. They really haven't been very vocal tonight, and I don't know. I want to see something from them, some spark here.
They've got to be mad. They've got to come out with something. They're getting absolutely destroyed. Their only touchdown was on their second drive of the game on a good throw by Tatum and better play by Peyton, and after that it's just been stagnant.
And forget about Tatum Blaze for this drive. Kyle Luthen, the backup quarterback, is going to step in and throw a quick route to Ronnie DeGray, complete for about 8 yards there. Good to see the backup step up and show some leadership here.
Yeah, it's good to see this backup come in with some fire, even though he doesn't have a lot of time to work with. It's good to see him come out and fire the ball around.
Definitely. Luthen is going to line up at the shotgun, throws another quick route to Cole Williams, complete for first down. And, we've seen Luthen play a little bit this year, but he hasn't really got the chance to throw the football. And it's good that Dobbs is letting him throw the football downfield a little bit here. And he's obviously having success with it.
Absolutely. It'll build his confidence a little bit going into the week. I'm sure the quarterback position won't be up for any takers, but it'll help out this team knowing that they've got a good depth going in.
For sure. If Blaze ever goes down, you need a backup that can step in. And here comes Phillips. Good run for about 7 there, just short of the first down with 1:14 left to go.
Yeah, good run right there. KJ Phillips showing that he does not want to go out this way.
If Luthen could lead his team to a touchdown drive, that would be very impressive as a junior quarterback. And handoff to Phillips. Phillips trying to fight to the edge. Good run there, is going to get about 9, just short of the first down.
Way to run. He was looking for the seams in that defense, trying to get extra yards. I know he was looking for that touchdown, but he can't get it all in one play.
Definitely. And Luthen trying to show his offense some sparks here. Under center. Handoff to number 42, who's going to pick up the first down. That'll be Brett Nelson with the chain movement.
Yeah, good first down. I like the running back switch right there. Get a little bit more power and really get that first down. 30 seconds on the clock.
Luthen hands off again to Nelson, who's going to go nowhere on that one. And it looks like the Wolverines may just let this clock run out. And no, Luthen wants to run one more play.
I think that they should take a shot down the field. They got nothing to lose.
Let's give this backup quarterback a chance.
Yeah.
And here comes Luthen under center. 3 receivers out. Takes the snap, and he fumbles the snap, and Luthen jumps on it, and that'll be that. The Wolverines very disappointed tonight as they will take the loss on this one, 40-7 against Pomona.
Who do you think the player of the game is for this game?
You know, I'm going to have to give it to KJ Phillips. I mean, I know the Wolverines offense struggled a lot, but he's been all they had tonight. He ran the football very well, lots of yards, lots of good runs, and he was really the only thing the offense had going for him.
Yeah, I would have to choose either KJ Phillips or Peyton Ross because Peyton was doing everything he could tonight, trying to get his team a spark, but I personally would give the edge to KJ because he just didn't want to go away. He was running the ball exceptionally well when his offensive line gave him a chance tonight, and he wanted it. He wanted it maybe a little bit more than his team wanted it.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, this Wolverine team shouldn't have their heads down, but at the same time, they have a lot to work on, a lot to go back to the drawing board with.
Chaparral can't hang their head. This wasn't their best game, but they have a week to improve going into the playoffs, and that's when they have to play their best football. They got to be able to keep their heads high and, not let this blowout discourage them.
My last thought for the night is maybe not even Wolverine related, but this Pomona team is legit. They're very good, and they can score on you when they want and if they need to. So, the Wolverines need to take that into consideration. This is the #1 team in the state, and that definitely should not change after this week.
Yeah, they definitely look like the #1 team in the state. Definitely have a strong chance to win the state championship this year.
Yeah, for sure. So keep an eye out for Pomona. I mean, don't sleep on Chaparral. They had a rough night, but definitely do not sleep on the Wolverines. And that'll do it for us here at CBN. Thank you for watching this presentation of Chaparral versus Pomona. Good night, everyone.